Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first and most pleasant ring of hell, podcasting. How you doing, buddy? This is Low Five Gaming. My name is Luke. This is my brother and co-host Alex. How you doing?
What up, bro? It's good to see you, man. I'm doing well, and I'm impressed. You got your name in there. You introduced me. It's like we've been doing this for like 3, 4 years.
It was clumsy still because I thought of it as I did it, but I was like, instead of me getting balls deep in some little joke that mostly I enjoy, and then you telling me that I need to do those things, let's just sneak those in right away.
I can dig it. It's good to be back. It is fun to be talking about Diablo 4.
Diablos, the Diablo. Yeah.
You've never played a Diablo game. You never thought you played a Diablo game, and then all of a sudden you're like, dude, L, I'm fucking buying this game for you because we're playing it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just looked cool.
You've been like, it's been on your radar for a while though, right?
Yeah, I've had it wishlisted since it came out. Really, I was just kind of curious about it. I read Jason Schreier's book about, two of them, and there's a decent amount of talk of Blizzard stuff. And I don't know if I had this conversation with you off mic or on our last pod, but I was just asked a friend if he ever played Diablo, and he's just like, I don't really fuck with the isometric style. And I was like, I actually really like that. But for a long time in my life, I would have agreed. I would have thought games with that vantage point, would have been stupid. But I kind of like that panoramic vibe to it all. You know what I mean? So
I do. It's kind of
panoramic's not the word I'm looking for. What's the
diorama? Maybe
dioramic? There we go. Yeah, the diorama, little box, little set pieces. I really like that. So the game kind of had me curious, and we did that D&D once. I feel like it's not official, but it's like pretty D&D adjacent in a way, picking classes and RPG in it. So I don't know, man. My lizard brain, it just called to me.
Right on. I've dabbled in Diablo. Diablo 1. I've never gotten very far in it, but it is part of my gaming, I don't know, foundation in a way, right? So I don't think we had a computer at the time, but we went to one of Dad's coworkers invited us over for dinner. Like they're just like basically mom and dad hanging out with them, chatting away or whatever. And this dude had his like home PC set up in the basement, right? Like the full on back in the day when you got the big box computer and you got the whole like desk situation that like everybody had, with the shelves and everything on there to put your CD cases in, et cetera, et
Oh,
cetera.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Different infrastructure back in the day.
Dude, for sure.
Less LED lights.
Right.
I was there. I actually do remember being like, "What's Al up to?" Because I think I was bored out of my mind. He might have had a kid younger than me, so it was like, all right. But like, you were just posted up playing this spooky ass looking game.
Dude,
it's kind of unhinged to let your like coworker's kid play this demonic game, though. That's kind of funny.
It is wild. Like I think back at that, and that's why I say it's like part of because I remember like vividly to this day. I don't know, man. Like 25 years later, maybe even more. Nah, 20. Close to 30 years later, dude. Close to 30 years later, I'm like still have vivid memories of playing this game down this dude's basement. It wasn't like a dingy basement, it was a nice basement, but it was dark. And this game, like Diablo 1, is creepy, man. Like it's got creepy vibes to it for sure. It's scary. And like, but I got a solid like maybe hour and a half, 2 hours just fucking, killing skeletons and stuff, being freaked out by little demons in Tristram.
Did you end up buying it? Because I feel like I remember watching you playing it at home too.
Yeah, for sure. So it was a game that like it stuck with me. That was like a crazy little experience that I don't even know where, dude. Like maybe I could list off some old computer stores that used to exist, CompUSA, who knows? But like I ended up buying Diablo. It's actually at mom and dad's still, I believe, but it's like I got it in the jewel case, the CD. I got the manual. It's kind of fun, dude. But like that's kind of my bad. I never beat it though because it is a game. I think it was like I was trying to play it at a time that I just didn't have like. For what I don't know, man. I just never got very far in it. It gets pretty hard pretty quick if you don't know what you're doing. And I never knew what I was doing.
These games can get pretty dense, or I shouldn't say these games. I don't know shit. 4 can get pretty dense if you want it to be. It has like a higher level of approachability, I'm willing to guess. I would say a big piece of the reason I never played any Diablo game 2 is like my age is. When did Diablo 2 came out? Because Diablo 2 is like revered, right?
I was in high school, so it would have been early 2000s. And it was a big deal then
So
too.
that was 2000. So like that's not a game I would have been buying at that
Right.
age. And then Diablo 3 was like a huge, messy launch as detailed in Schreier's book, but eventually becomes particularly popular. And my buddy James tried to get me to play it once, and I wasn't ready. I just kind of bounced off. And that one came out in, give me 10 seconds here, 2012. So that's when I was in
Okay.
college and like pretty much fading away into not playing very many video games, spending all my money on beer and food and dumb shit like that. So like each of these, like at least the releases, they all had long tails. But each of the releases, like I can kind of come up with a pretty quick reason as to why I would not have bought or invested in that game. So when 4 came out, it was a pretty big event. It was a pretty big deal for games
Yeah,
and
dude, people are stoked on it.
Microsoft and Xbox. And I was, there was the whole acquisition, the Activision thing, Blizzard. So I was always wondering when I did pay for Game Pass, I was always wondering if I could just sneak on there. And then it was just like, it has not gone on a deep, deep discount
Nah,
below
I haven't ever seen
50%.
it hit 50. I
And
think 50 is maybe the deepest.
I've been waiting for a dirty one like that. So 45 to 50ish was like the closest I was going to get. And I was just summer break, burnt out on fucking, what's that Souls game I was playing, dude? Elden Ring, fucking burnt out
Elden
on
Ring.
Elden Ring, dude. So I was just like, I need me some click clack clickety in bed, and I just want to grind on my Steamy D and play like the perfect little game for it. And I'd say this was pretty close to the perfect Steamy D experience, if I say so.
Yeah, dude, I played on the Steam D and the PC. It was great to be able to do it on the Steam D, but like once you get it rocking on the PC, I mean, it's not like better or anything, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's the
Smooth
screen,
and
the big
big.
screen,
Yeah.
the big screen for everything going on the screen, like everything going on was nice.
Yeah.
But this was announced, the game. So Diablo 4 was announced at BlizzCon 2019 and released June 5th, 2023. So we took a little bit of time, slept on it a little bit to before we checked it out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been waiting on that discount for a long time, but
Yeah,
2 years.
yeah,
Like,
dog.
it's
And it
funny
got its
though.
first expansion in October of 2024. So I think there's another expansion coming in 2026. So this game, we've been playing at a very interesting time, dude, because like we can probably get in a little bit more of the weeds on it later. But it has these seasons. It's an online game. It actually does it pretty well because you don't necessarily if you decide not to do the online play stuff, you do have to be connected to the internet, but like you do
I
not
hate
have
that
to like
so
indulge.
much.
Yeah, dude, it
I would
does like
kill for a pause, brother. Kill me for a
for
pause
sure,
button,
for
dude.
sure. No, I feel you on that one, but at the same time, like I think it's forgivable. Like whereas we were talking about in Elden Ring, like the no pause thing is unforgivable. Like you can, I don't know. I had less of qualms with it in this game.
I also think it's funny that we're doing a pod on this game because, like, someone who's just like desperate for more Diablo content, we're not the guys we want to hear because this is like baby's first Diablo, literally for me. And then like understanding this whole culture and scene where
Good.
we have a literal foot in there. Like we played a good 30 hours, 30 to 35. I'll definitely play more. I dig it, but like there's so much I don't know yet, and that's okay. I had a good time.
Dude,
But here's
but
the
I think
disclaimer is
that's
that if you just have a general curiosity, this is the pod for you.
indeed. I'm not gonna, yeah, we won't get in the nitty gritty on how things work, but it's interesting, man. And the perspective of a couple of folks just coming into it, I think is interesting as well. We also are playing at an interesting time because it is season 9 just dropped like just about a week ago or something. And these seasons that I brought up, it's part of the online culture or whatever. So they like drip feed you new stories and new stuff. So like makes things fresh. People who are really into it get excited for these because there's new loot drops, there's new like missions to do and everything. And it's also just like that like deep discount that you finally capitalized on coincides with it finally being added to Game Pass and also recently being added to whatever Sony calls their thing, PS Plus, right?
Okay.
So you have an influx of old players being excited to play season 9 and an influx of players.
Fresh noobs.
Exactly.
Lots of fresh noob casuals. Love that.
Fresh meat.
Dude, 100%. So
Man.
like we just like kind of, by accident, but we definitely jumped in on this game like during a moment.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I had so little like knowledge heading into it of like the structure of how it worked, where it's like you have the first character you make, you have like the storyline, and you're in like this like this world, and I say world as in like it's the same map no matter what world you're in, kind of, but like the onlineness connected of it will put in the seasonal stuff. So I made a new character instead of beating the game like you. I just fucked around like a child and made a new character. And then I definitely did see some more people moving around and more like crazy shit happening around the world. So like I can see how that works a little bit. If you've played games like Journey, how you're playing or at least seeing other players play at the same time as you, it's like kind of jarring. It's not like they're ghosts like in Elden Ring. It's like you're kind of literally in the map with like some people. So I think you got to be on like a server, right? Like I'm on a seasonal server when I'm going on that one.
Yeah.
And then I probably log into like a base server or a set of servers for like when you don't want to do the seasonal stuff. And it's like talking to me about all the stuff about how I can do this to carry this over into this thing. And I'm like, dude, I just want to like spam a few buttons and mow down a horde of creepy looking enemies and hear the sound effects and have all the numbers go burr and just like lizard brain through some lizard brainy ass quests. And this game is so lizard brain in the best way possible.
It's funny. It actually like I had dabbled in, so I was talking about playing a little bit of 1 and I skipped 2 completely, and then I ended up buying 3 for the Switch, and I only put a couple hours into it, right? Just enough to get a little taste. So I wasn't like 100% for sure what I was signing up for. And when I think about Diablo, I think about a mouse and clicking a bunch. Click, 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 right?
Fair.
There's elements of that, but this is like, I don't know, man. Pump it full of fucking creatine and whatever. Like you've gone beyond just a click. Like your whole controller is a mouse click. Like each one of the inputs like does a different thing, and you get to go through your skill tree. You get to assign things to it. It's pretty rad, dude. Like I remember when we were first talking to each other about like our build outs, and we actually linked up. We were talking about the whole connected internet piece of this, and both of us are traditionally, I don't want to say scathed. I think we've warmed up to online gaming a little bit over the years, but like we're not online gamers,
comically
right?
adverse to it.
Right. But this game is actually probably the most joy I've had. Well, this and Elden Ring, dude. Like linking up with you in Elden Ring was fun. We recently actually played some 2K. I beat your ass in 2K. That was fun too. So I guess I'm an online gamer now.
Jesus Christ.
But this was actually really cool, dude. And I just loved like the openness of how you can connect in this game. So like, and how like it allowed me, because I was at a point earlier that you were probably maybe 5, 6, maybe even 7 hours further than I was at the beginning. So you joined me to go through some like side quest stuff, even plowed through some of the main quests. You actually joined me at a choke point. I had gotten to some like werewolf thing that I couldn't beat.
Sure.
I was kind of like going through this game, playing as barbarian. We should mention our builds. So you mentioned the build out thing, but you get all these different character classes, and I gravitated towards the tank character. I always do. I was like, God damn it, Alex, you shouldn't do this, but you're going to do this.
Yeah. We brought 2 rocks to a gunfight, dude. I'm a druid, which is very tanky, and maybe it's just the way I built out the druid, but I was super tanky because he turned into a bear and a werewolf, and I shoot lightning bolts. It's pretty fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, so you have a little magic mix in there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's cool.
But
Difficulty.
you joined me.
Yeah,
But
no.
you joined because I had this choke point. You joined me, and then I was able to. That was like, dude, I was like, I couldn't die in this game. I got to this little mini boss in this like random dungeon. You joined me, beat it, and then I didn't die again in this game until the final boss, and it was because I got greedy. And I'm not gonna like spoil anything, but like it was not because the boss was like difficult-ish, but I was way OP'd is what my bottom line I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the baseline difficulty. What's interesting too is like let's say I was 10 levels ahead of you when we first met up. Like we both like it's not like I went into your world and I was way overpowered and like crushed the enemies. We did crush the enemies, but like the game scales your enemies in such a way where we're both fighting the same enemy and it's scaled to both of us somehow. Or maybe I'm just
how that works?
Dude, I don't even really. I know the enemies scale with you.
Yes, I did know that too.
So like whenever I entered your world, like essentially it just picked a baseline where both of us were at, which is interesting. Okay. And then that base level difficulty, like we made jokes because we linked up a few times and fought a few different bosses and dungeons and stuff, and it was like, dude, we would just like stand around the boss and just absolutely cheese the shit out of him. It was like cutting butter with a katana. It was just not particularly hard.
Right.
I did some experimenting. I've probably played, a small chunk, let's just say 5 hours or so as my second character, which
Yep.
was a rogue. And it's been a lot of fun, but I play on the difficulty one step above, which gives you higher rewards and
Big
higher
boy.
XP. Yeah, it's nice to die again. I will say, like,
Yeah.
it sometimes it's frustrating because I do just want to roll around OP as a god and just once again watch the numbers
Dude.
go up and clear waves of mindless
Yeah.
enemies. But like, it feels nice to die. I like had a boss where like I beat the boss by the skin of my teeth and like had to like do some shifty stuff just to like hit him. The bosses have like this interesting marker on their health bar that lets you know when they're gonna drop potions, which is cool. I thought that's like a
Yep.
cool visual
nice.
quality of life mechanic. And I like just barely survived that fight, and I felt really cool about that. So just understanding this game has taken me over 30 hours. And I feel like if I played for another 30, I would probably still be scratching different understandings.
Sure, dude.
Because there's
it's
like the
nuts,
whole
dude.
end
It's
game
so
thing
deep.
that starts at level 60, and neither one of us got there, right?
I'm pushing 60 on my base character. I've moved on to the seasonal character now, so like I don't think I'm quite at 60 now.
So
But I
there's
do
like a
think max
whole
is-
leveling maximization arc end game thing that just starts when you get to 60 that people online talk about. So
Dude, and that's something that like I don't know, the community can jump in our Discord and yell at us and tell us how it works if you feel. But
I
like,
feel like, yeah.
but there's a wild thing, dude, because like when that season 9 dropped, there was a new option for me to go and respec my entire character at level 50 or something
Yeah.
to like get him closer to end game. And this was at a time that my guy was like level 30 or whatever.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like,
weird.
but I didn't do it because I was like, no, I'm not just gonna respec my dude. I mean, like it's kind of cool, but I was like, okay, I feel like I'm like you said, cutting through butter with a katana, but like, dude, I'm not just gonna like go and just get a free 20 like grade upgrade. Like that's ridiculous.
Dude, hitting the upgrades is like probably the most fun part about the game.
Right.
It's just like
They make a little noise, makes you feel good. Like
all the stupid little stimuli that gives you is tight. How much paralysis did you get on the tree and like trying to figure out which ability you're gonna assign to your next slot, what you're gonna do? Because like I feel like even with my new rogue, the bear, or I shouldn't say the bear because he's a bear, a werewolf, the druid. I feel like I picked like a lot of skills that were like super synergistic. It actually really helps. Like it's like a button mash game. I hit him with the bear first, and that like fortifies my strength. If they plow through that, I hit him with the werewolf, and that gives me like vampiric abilities where like I regenerate health, and I have a lightning storm that comes in. This debuff hits him, and then I get extra damage when that debuff's going, and like all these things are lining up, and it feels pretty fucking sweet. The rogue, I don't have anything that smooth yet. I have a bit of a system based on what I've chose, and it's pretty cool.
Sure.
Embarrassing.
For
How
sure.
long did it take you before you realized that you could just hold the button?
What are you talking about?
So, like, let's say A is like your base attack where you're just like, wah, 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 wah. I would like hit it as fast as I can. You can just hold the button down and he just keeps attacking. Did you know that?
I just learned that right now.
Yeah. I learned that.
I don't like that as much.
There's been at least like 3 to 4 times where my wife has straight up walked away from me because it's just silent in the room.
Really?
I'm just smacking on those keys, dude.
Really? Interesting. I did not know
I'm
that.
button hacking so hard on the CBD that I'm just smacking away. And she was not a fan, and I can't blame her, but it was pretty funny.
Dude, that's clowning. That's you know what? I'm glad I didn't know that though, because like that's half the fun of this game is like you end up getting in this flow state of like you are button hacking, mashing buttons for sure. But on the controller, there's 2 buttons that are always going to be the same. So it's B on an Xbox controller or whatever is going to be your dash, right?
Sure.
And then L1 is to take your potion to heal. The rest of them you can assign, not the D-pad, but all the other buttons you can assign to your move sets. So you end up like figuring out what works for you, flow. They're all in a cooldown timer too after you use them. Each of the moves, depending, will have a different amount of time that until you can use it again, right? So some you can use immediately. Other ones you can like it will maybe be 20 seconds before they let you do it again.
So yeah,
and you can
I
also
almost feel
upgrade
like
those
it's
things
a
to bring the
base
cooldown down.
attack. You start off with like base attacks, then you unlock like a selection of cooldown attacks. Then you have like you can equip like one ultimate ability. And that's like my big old thunderstorm that comes in with like fucking cyclones and shit and just wrecks everything in the area. That was cool.
Yeah, but the thing I'm driving at here though is that you end up like getting into a flow of the timing of the buttons that you press. So like
Hmm.
even though it looks
Hmm.
like you're going fucking bananas on this controller,
Hmm.
there's a method to the madness, which is like a really fun thing to do. And I think that's not as fun if I'm just holding the button.
I mean, I think there's got to be a compromise with how hard I was smacking the buttons and holding them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But to your question, dude, like probably half the game until I like really dove into the skill tree. Like it actually was like maybe I was probably like 5 hours deep until I realized I should stop just maxing out like the first part of the skill tree. It was silly, dude. 'Cause I was just wanting to play and I didn't want to like read anything and I just didn't
Dude,
want to figure it out.
there's lots of stats to read
Hmm.
in systems, and I think that's why like
And a lot of it doesn't make sense until you like are actually dabbling in it, you know?
yeah, it's dense, and I've been talking. I got to come up with some new terminology, but like it's very approachable. So like we can, some dum dums like us can go up there and like melt a crowd of skeletons or goblins or werewolves or whatever that we're fighting, demons. And then someone who wants to play a literal hardcore version or just way more hardcore versions of the same game, you can get into all sorts of specking of your character, all these
Hmm.
like layers, improving your weapons, even putting gems into the weapons, dude. I think I was like
Yeah,
20
I fuck
hours.
with that for sure.
Yeah, it was too much busy work for me, so I think I was like 20 hours in before I ever like even like
Dude,
added.
and legendary weapons have different boons too. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, once you get into the legendary weapons, I'd say like that's when you actually end up sticking with a weapon for a long time.
Yeah,
That's why
for
it made
sure.
me actually start paying attention to some of the stuff. So example, like on the skill tree I unlocked a companions. Um I don't know. Do you get a companion like that in your skill tree, or is that a druid thing?
I think it's a druid thing.
So I unlocked the wolves as my companions, but one of my legendary gears made it where my wolves turn into werewolves. So like I'm
Mhm.
just rolling with a pack of werewolves. It was like fucking tough as fuck, dudes.
Nice.
So once that stuff started to settle, I like started to actually read my item descriptions, and it's cool. Like there's nothing better in a video game than unlocking like a bitchin' sword or staff or like helmet that looks particularly rad and is ultra powerful. Like that's that lizard brain. Like really does leveling up really well. It really does like the numbers really well.
Yeah, dude, and it's
Stimuli.
wild though. Those are the things though that I appreciate about a game like this, where you're not only getting that loot and that gear, but it when you put it on, like your character reflects like that's what they're wearing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's such like it seems like such a novel like silly thing, but like there was a time when that wasn't always the case, and I think we're spoiled now that a lot of games do that. But I fucking
Mm.
love it, dude. I fucking love it.
Yeah. I get
but
too
but but
obsessed
the
with stuff like that though. Like if I gotta
dude,
have my outfits match, so I had to let go on
I
the
was gonna
second
say
where I was just
the
like,
the inverse of that is that you might like find a helmet that you're like, I look fucking dope, and then you get some shitty helmet and you're like, God, but it's like so the specs are better, so you're gonna wear it, but you're like, but I don't look as cool. But they've got something for you for that. You can freeze or you can like lock or like set up your you can basically set up your aesthetic of your dude.
yeah,
But that's not fun. Like I prefer to
no.
like
And
just
I
be in a
think
random
that's a lot of
hodgepodge of
the
stuff.
it's a lot of the appeal of the seasonal stuff too. Is like
Hmm.
seasonal stuff, you just unlock a lot of skins.
Right. And people love that shit and
Yeah.
they'll pay for it and like they think it's great. And I'm like, I don't know, I'll just wear whatever sweet fucking cool thing I just found. And you find cool things every 3 minutes in this, I swear to
Yeah.
God.
I'm forever shocked by people who are like $20 for this. Let's go.
Dude, it's wild. I was grinding a little bit, like, cause I want to dabble in the, in the whatever that's loot store deal, whatever they got going on where you unlock stuff.
Mm.
The grind to get your whatever gemstones to unlock those things, it's like too slow in the sense that because of course they want you to pay some real money to be able to get some extra like, whatever the in-game currency is. It's a little too slow if you're just grinding it out, but it's not unbearable if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I unlocked a couple things, but like nothing I really care about. Like my horse got some like cool shit that it can wear, and like, but that's like whatever. Who cares? Like that's, but that's just me. Let's you haven't completed the story. I have. I'm curious, like just where you land on the story. We don't have to get into super details on it, but like, are you digging it, or is that just a throwaway for you?
Somewhere in between. I mean, the cutscenes are particularly cool and well animated, so like the spectacle of that is pretty fun. They're using a lot of proper nouns. I love that they like almost released like little mini series around it. So like if you're into this, there's like so much to gobble up. There's books. I don't know if you noticed that, but there's like books or graphic novels that if like you're into it. So they've like Blizzard, as much as on the surface it looks like a simple game, they do all the little things right. It seems like in world building and like the game and like the way it hits your stimuli senses, and it's pretty sick. So I'd say it's okay. I mean, chasing down Lilith is cool. I mean, all the corruption, people acting silly, the little mini stories of each person and their descent to madness kind of in their corruption, I think is cool. It's a little bit repetitive and a little bit obvious, but it's also like a very specific, well done note that they're hitting.
Yeah, so Lilith is the main antagonist, the main bad guy you mean in the beginning. And that dude, that intro cutscene, I looked up online to see if they're real actors. Like that was fucking dope, dude. I was I was like, holy shit, this is good, but it's all CGI. It's crazy. Then it's a really interesting mix in this game because they have those like really that intro like scene or whatever is like that is spectacular. There are other scenes not quite as long throughout the game that almost match that level of production, which is cool. And then towards the end game, you get some more of that, so it's really cool as well. But then they sprinkle in like these also cutscenes that are basically just a zoom up on your diorama. Like it's like I don't know, whatever. It's like this game's huge, dude. I don't want to be like, fuck you, like Blizzard, like you didn't like do your due diligence to make all this shit cool because that'd be absurd. But like, it is a little silly how they the mixture, in my opinion.
I'm cool with it simply for the fact that like I don't know when it happened in my life, but like most games, if I hit a cutscene, I'm like,
Sure.
which is why like Death Stranding might have literally killed me. I never beat it, but like I remember I tried to get into it, and like the first 5 hours of gameplay, there's probably 3 hours of just like
That basically is a movie, right?
Movie, yeah, happening. So the storyline was pretty cool. I like just doing the stupid like fetch quests, dude. It's always just like go over here, clear this area, go kill this type of this animal. I'm so into that because I just like
open your loot.
That's why I don't like that it's always connected online because like I want to grip it and rip it and like set it down and pick it up. So like having to log in and stay logged in kind of hurts that. But when I do have a chunk of time to play, I love just picking it up and like finding a stupid side quest and ripping it. And when we played, we should mention we briefly talked about it being cool, but like the online, like to sync up as players took like 5 seconds. You and I usually play on for like a minimum. Like Elden Ring's a bad example because that game is just like obtuse for the sake of it.
2K was weird.
2K was a little funky. This took us, the two dumbest guys.
Like 2 clicks.
Yeah, we were like, oh, that's it. Like I was shocked it was that easy. It's fun to, pal around and talk and do the stuff. And then one time, like you were like, you trying to link up? I was like, yeah, but I don't want to talk. So like, I'll just follow your character around. And that was fun too.
It was still
like,
fun. It was still fun, yeah.
Tons of time that I was playing where I was like, I don't necessarily want to go through the work of like linking up and talking, but if Al was just follow my character around or vice versa, I'd be into that. So
yeah,
I feel like,
dude, for sure.
It's not like a high-end like communication game where you got to be like all intense and like.
And they've got the communication buttons to like the get it like I don't know, come here, like or like, and then they have like a taunt that's kind of ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
He's like you're foolish and weak or whatever.
Yeah, I can do that for no good reason.
Not just you, man. Like random players on the internet be dropping that too. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, they do that too.
Yeah, so you can like, and back to the whole like internet and online connected thing. I agree. Like, I don't love the fact that you have to be connected all the time. I think it's for piracy's sake to like avoid that. I think that's part of why they do that. But so like linking up, super smooth, loved it. But you also when you're running around, you end up seeing, and I have no idea how this works, dude. But like, there are X amount of characters that are other humans playing this game that you can see. Like, if you're in a big town or whatever, you're going to see other people that like portal in there and they run around, they do their thing, right? What I think is really fun about that though is that kind of like what you're saying, it's fun to just like link up and then we'll run around and like take care of business. Like you can just randomly, like there'll be some sort of event on the map and there'll be some other random person is just going to run to that too. And then all of a sudden you take care of business together and you're like, go. Like base, like I don't know, that was fun.
I got my ass saved a few times on the harder difficulty because someone else like cleaned up my mess, and I was like, "Hell yeah, brother, appreciate it." Which I didn't actually do anything, but like, I didn't think of it in any type of way, but like I appreciated it the hell out of it. So like, Elden Ring's a very beautiful game. But like at first I was like weirded out by like, let's just call them people's shadows and like messages and like the little thing where you can see someone else running, but like it made the game less lonely. So I can also see that like it makes the game feel less empty and it makes it feel more like you are playing as a part of something. So even without like the events, it's just cool to see people running to like the blacksmith and then to this person and then to that person and then just like running out to do adventures and then helping them out randomly or them helping you out. Like it's just kind of cool, the simultaneousness of it. It's a neat concept. I just wish I could fucking pause.
For sure. You're a map guy, dude. I'm curious. You've been side questing and whatnot, so I wonder
I have
how
such a
much.
tiny fraction of this map.
So
Such
that's
a
what I was
tiny
wondering.
fraction.
Yeah, it's a huge map, bro, and we don't even have the DLC. The DLC adds like a whole nother like it doubles it. I guess.
We could play to see that whole map in a meaningful way.
Dude, I would say that I've
Hours,
like
man.
I would say like a fifth of the map I know pretty well, just because I spent a lot of time doing shit around it, and then like the rest of I've been just about everywhere on the main map because I have played through the main quest.
Oh,
There's like so I've been to the other areas, but like dude, by that time though, like so the first part of when I first started playing, and I was like dicking around doing all the little dungeons, like just taking care of side quests, and then I don't know, I was like I'm just gonna try and beat this game, so I wanted to roll credits and so I plowed through. I just like plowed through the main storyline, didn't do any side question. So like I sprinkled myself around in different areas that I needed to be in the map, but it's amazing how vast it is. And I asked you earlier what you thought of the story because I was like, the story's. I mean, it was like you said, the intro was cool. It's like cool to see that scene, but I was like, I don't care.
yeah.
I would say about halfway through, like I was like, story pretty dope. I'm like, I'm into it. I'm like, I'm into what's going on here. This is cool. Like, I want to see the next thing. I want to push through. I want to see like the ending, and it pays off, man. It's fun. It's like there's some cool stuff. There's some stuff that like I shared with you in the Discord and everybody in our Discord. There's Blizzard dropped this like 4 series YouTube thing, which is like, oh, I always gripe about how like manuals and box sets and all that. So, I mean, they exist for the premium, like, boutique type bullshit, whatever. But like that was just a thing back in the day. You got a manual, it would have stuff in there. It was like kind of fun, maybe some backstory, whatever. Anyways, Blizzard put out a 4 episode little mini series that like basically lays down the lore of this game. It's animated. And it's basically Lorath, who's like your main companion in this game, is like he's the narrator of the game as well, which I think there's reasons about that, but we won't get into it because it's some spoilery stuff. It's just like super cool. It's super cool that Blizzard put this out there, and like I bring up like I always like gripe about not having like my box set, but like at the time they didn't have YouTube, so it's cool like to have this like this type of thing available to you on YouTube to kind of give you some of that lore and history or whatever. And like kudos to Blizzard for for spending the money and time to do something like that, just to like
Makes
add
sense.
to this game.
They would do stuff on the fringes simply because they're such an old ass company. Like I was thinking the other day about
Sure.
Bethesda and how Bethesda like is probably one of the most influential studios ever. But like when they release a new game, it's like, geez, what do you guys think? This is 2008. So like how a company evolves or refines. It's like Blizzard's been around since before 2000. So 25, 30 years minimum. I'm not sure about the total, but like they do for some degree kind of stay in their lane. So like I wouldn't call a lot of Diablo's gameplay revolutionary. You just kind of run around, kill things, clear hordes. There's like some puzzles if you're really into that, but I've seen like maybe 3 to 4. I'm sure there's more. It's like base stuff, but like they do what they do very, very well. And they continue to refine. And I guess they revolutionize in other ways as far as the online world and the synchronicity and all that. But yeah, all that stuff around the fringes, it makes sense for how old of a company they are. They're not just going to leave all that out, so to speak.
Yeah, dude, they definitely, and they sprinkle in like a bunch of Easter egg type stuff, dude. Like I said, I only played a little bit of Diablo 1, a little bit of Diablo 3, and like even I was able to pick up on like some of the Diablo 1 nods that they gave throughout. That's really cool. Like it's like it's fun. So like it definitely is a game that it makes. I have a hard time sometimes. Like you're like, let's play 4. I was like, no, we got to play 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But it's cool because like I mean they're all disconnected. They're connected, but they're like they're standalone. So you don't need to go through that way. You don't ever need to go through that way. I'm actually coming to a point in my gaming life where I'm like, Alex, it's okay. Just play the newest game.
Yeah. Turns out you're
But,
never going to get through these. You're never going to
right.
get to, yeah.
Right. But saying that though, like it did give me like playing this game was like, dog, I should really go back and see what's up with at least for a couple hours, see what's up with 2, see what's up with 3. You know what I mean? Just give him some tastes.
Well, 2 has like the remastered
Yep.
like comeback. So that would be the most intriguing, especially because it's like I'm sure people's favorite Diablo game. If you asked 10 people, I'm sure like 7 of them would tell you 2.
Dude, shout out to Keith on the Main Quest podcast. He did a Diablo episode not too long ago, and I asked him, you know, I don't want to spoil. I'm going to spoil his episode a little bit. He recommends it.
Diablo
like,
1?
dude, Diablo 1, and this is a dude. We did the X-Men episode with Keith. You'll remember.
Mm-hmm.
So Keith like plays a lot of shit games. To be fair. When he will call them out for being shit. Like he will call them out because he's like going back and replaying a catalog that like he played in his youth. And he's seeing if they hold up today. That's kind of the basis of his podcast.
Sure.
I will just go out there and say that like I listen to his episodes and like by God, I feel bad for this kid because he like plays a lot of shitty games. You know what I mean? To credits. It's one thing to play a game and it's another thing to play to credits and then fucking podcast about it. Yeah. But he did it with Diablo and he was like, this game fucking slaps today. And I was like, I love to hear that, dude. Like it's one of those games that I think it'd be crunchy. You would want to play with the mouse. I've heard though that the because they ported it to PlayStation, so I've heard that the controller version like is pretty good too. So it could be worth checking out, dude, for sure.
Yeah, I think you gotta go on to GOG.
It's on GOG. It's probably on whatever Blizzard's thing is. Battle.net.
I think the only place I saw when I was doing some brief research was GOG, but you could be correct.
I think it might be on Battle.net. I have it on GOG for sure. I'm going to bring this way back to when you were asking me about that skill tree, dude, because I want to bring this up real quick. Did I ever fully figure it out? No. I'm way more, my mind's wrapped around it way better than it used to be. But it's interesting. I got really used to the move set that I was kind of rocking and rolling with. And it was actually after, like, we haven't even linked up since I switched over to, like, some better moves for my barbarian, like the new moves I gave him, and then once you max him out, he's unstoppable. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, it's just
you pretty much
just
got to where I was with the druid, where I was just like,
yeah,
I am death.
Yeah, dude, totally.
Me and my fucking werewolf companions were just a storm of death.
But there's and I wanted to bring it up though because there's so many different paths you can take, and there's like I'm sure you can min max it, and I'm sure that there's like stuff on the internet that's like this is the ultimate whatever, and like but the thing is you can go all these different directions, and I think that's super cool, and it lends the replayability of this game, which brings up the super interesting, super weird season thing that I've been talking about, where you just get to make a new character. I think you can get up to 30 characters or something you can make. And you just make a new one.
So like 10.
Okay, 30, 10, whatever, dude. What are you doing?
No, I'm just kidding. What are you doing with these numbers here?
But you know, that's just like, you know, you get so attached and you have this fucking beast. When the new season dropped, it's like, we do recommend you start with a new character, and then you can play with the one, you can import in the one that you've been using, but they like recommend like using a new one. So you did a rogue, I did a sorcerer. Right off the bat, wasn't doing great, but then I found a few moves and like played around with a few different things, max out another great thing about the skill tree that we got to make sure that we put in there is it doesn't penalize you for refunds. So if you want to like change something around, you're like, it lets you respec. I fucking love that, dude, because you're like, if you're like, oh, this doesn't really work out for me, like you can, or if you've like maxed out like the power on something or like did extra things for it, just take all those things back and then respec it in a different way. I love that you can do that. And it's like, dude, now though, my sorcerer, like, she's got like fucking these moves, man, that I just go in and I just like tear people down with fire. It's crazy.
You on that base difficulty though still?
I opted just one more. But it's interesting. The
you die now.
Every once in a while. And even on the base, I was like getting real close to dying. And yeah, I die now on the harder one. But even on the base, like, because the new season does these nightmare dungeons, dude, and they scale on difficulty, and they're tough, man. Like, it was like, oh, I got to be strategic again.
I was thinking we should link up for one of those. My rogue, I now have like more issues with crowd control because I had such like areas of attack moves with the druid, and I was just this big beefy tank that would just go in and just start mauling motherfuckers. Whereas like my rogue, I got this bow, which I loved. I wanted to play with a bow, but like I gotta drop these caltrops or run away, and let's set these poison traps and then try to drop the caltrops so they like slow down and then like get stuck in the poison traps. Then I'm shooting them with my little machine gun little shot thing with my bow, and like it's a cool little thing. I don't know if it's truly effective. I'm sure someone who cares would tell me no, but that's part of the fun. But like I have to think about it, and I'm and you know how the map's set up where like if you're fighting a horde of enemies and you like move, there's like a new horde of enemies.
Yeah.
I'm always accidentally dragging my current horde and like into the next horde, and I'm like, oh. I'm just dying or just like getting into way bigger fights, and I just ran out of the town, so it's like it's not even my objective. I'm just getting into fights I can barely handle like 100 meters from the fucking map.
Wild.
It's silly.
Yeah, I've got this. I can't remember what the move's called with the sorcerer, but it's basically this pillar of fire that she shoots out. It's like a flamethrower, right? But you can get it going, and then it like you can use it until the mana is depleted. So like you can shoot this fire for a decent amount of time. But you can also not only is she shooting it, but you can like rotate the joystick so that she spins in a circle. So it's basically just this fucking fire circle tornado that like just when those swarms come, I'm like, all right, let's go, and then let's burn everything down, dude. It's fucking bananas.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yes.
Boss fights are cool. Should probably mention that they're like
The boss
they
fights
look
are
real
super cool.
big and they do more intricate
Dude.
move sets that it gets pretty intense.
These set pieces are insane. This game is so big, almost 200 gigs, dude. It's absurd. Like
Really?
it is. It's a ginormous game. And I was like, how is this game so fucking big? But then I like sit there and I look at these set pieces and I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Cause there's so much detail in the background, all these things moving around. And like the more you like go through the story too, like you'll end up finding different like areas that you're in, and there's a couple big bosses that you fight. There's this one area where there's this big snake. It's not a boss or anything. It's not spoilery, but like you see like little pieces of the snake in the background. And I just love that like set piece storytelling that they got going on. There's another big boss that you fight where like it's such a huge boss, but like you see pieces of it like on the way to the fight or whatever, in the background. And I just like love that like that scenic storytelling is super cool.
Blizzard does seem to really care about their art, which I admire.
Mm-hmm. And beyond the graphics and those set pieces, dude, the voice acting is actually top notch as well. Got to give the voice acting a nod.
It's campy in a good way.
I feel like on purpose almost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's like an epic campiness. It's like it knows it's
right.
Yeah. It's not trying to be too cool, but it like kind of nails it at the same time. So I fuck with it.
This game on my computer is 127 gigabytes, dude.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that because I looked, but then I didn't want you to be like, 10, 30, what's the difference? So couldn't be that guy twice. I'm glad you looked it up.
Yeah. It's so big though. I had to like clean off my Steamy D to like make for the update. Like it was already on there, and then it had some ginormous update, and I was like, "What?" I had to like delete 3 games just to get this update.
I get greedy with downloading games that I haven't gotten close to playing on Steamy D, but like, yes, I don't think I could play it on my gaming laptop. I don't think I have enough gigs available to even play the game. Tragically, so like,
see, that's wild, dude. And it's not
even like I mean, we're just saying a bigger screen. I could do it. It's like it's got to be on the Steamy D.
Right. Yeah, man, that's Diablo. I don't know. Anything else we should say about Diablo?
Yeah, dude.
Diablo 4.
Because apparently I'm housekeeper today.
Yes.
Of your ratings of 5, dude. Your low 5 meter, dude. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give Diablo 5 out of 5 Pentagon tips, dude.
Whoa, I was going to say a Diablo 4. So I'm glad we both got cheesy dynamic ratings on there. I think it's really, really awesome. I love that you can pick it up, play it, and like I always, it's become an ongoing joke similar to your top 10 of all time list. Where like I'm always like, I'm gonna continue to play this game, but like I like the online component of it so much. I like that I could just text you and like we could either chat and hang out or just like literally just like go take down like a weird dungeon and get a reward. I like that I can pick it up and it's been a while and I'm gonna know exactly what to do and how to do it, and there's not gonna be a reintegration, and it's just grip it and rip it, and I think it's really good for that.
100%, dude. I think the story ends up being pretty cool. There's just a wealth of things you can do in this game.
Yeah.
Like I tore through the main
Big old playground.
and that's just it. So like I did the main quest. Oh, I'm gonna stick with my 5 pentagram tips.
Okay.
But
4.5.
here's one gripe, dude. And this I did a little bit of Reddit digging, and I think the problem is so I rolled credit. I didn't roll credits on this game. I beat it, but I didn't roll credits because they don't fucking do that anymore after they added the DLC, to my understanding. So I did the whole main quest, and then all of a sudden, like after all the like cutscenes and all the main quest stuff, and then I went to a black screen. It just was black where the credits should have been, and it held that black screen for I don't know too long, and then it dropped me back into just the regular open world, like to the continue, like the new, like just to continue the game. I was like, what? Like, no credits? Are you kidding me? Like, is this a glitch? And I looked it up, and like other people are having this gripe as well.
I'm surprised they didn't just like send you to the DLC storefront.
This might as well, right? So, so I think that is. I think you have to beat the DLC to get credits now, which I'm like, just give me my name. Give me my credits. You know what I mean? Like, I want to roll credits, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to look at them as much as I just want that.
The feeling of being like, yeah. But apparently, I have to beat the DLC to get that, which means I have to buy the DLC, which I'm not sure.
That's like I just said or something.
Yeah, so I mean, this game's dope, but like I'm not. There's so much to do in this game still that like I have no.
It's the problem. Like the biggest games I've played is like I think you get some classes in the DLC. That's the only thing
like a necromancer and stuff.
No, because we can play as a necromancer.
Oh, can we now? Okay, word.
I think we always.
There was like a thing. No, at the get-go, it's like not unlocked, but I think you have to like get to a certain point or something. But yeah, that makes sense if there's new classes. It's
that would be like the type of thing that would get me. But yes, strong recommend to Diablo as non-online playing gamers. We appreciated and enjoyed and excelled. Excelled is a strong word, but we actually like put a few good sessions, and for us, that is an accomplishment. Strong recommend. Loved it.
I can dig it. Well, shit, man, you want to take a little break? Come back with a unsanctioned sponsor, and then do some side question?
Sure thing.
Hoo-wee. Dowie. This month, we are unofficially brought to you in part by the great sport of disc golf. Froth, if you will.
It's real golf. There's ball golf and there's disc golf. Continue.
Yeah, no, I'm just, I'm feeling it. My rotator cuff, a little sore. My arm, a little limp. Dude, I played 30 holes the other day. First time out this season. Reinvigorated my love for the game.
Yeah.
Dude, what a great sport, though. Disc golf. Glow up is like an intense word for it because like, I'm not sure, like, I mean, it's had a glow up, but we're not talking like this thing. It's still crunchy. The game is still crunchy. But how far has disc golf come in the past 15 years?
Man, it's already exploding, and then COVID definitely sent it, people needing hobbies outside, sent it into the stratosphere. But yes, the only thing holding me back is cheering because I used to get out all the time. I'm not a kart guy. Shout out to my kart boys. That's how you know you're really about it. But I mean,
when you say kart, you don't mean like a vehicle like in golf. You're talking about the roller bags?
Yeah, the roller bags. Yeah. Ooh, I should call them roller bags. Although you put the bag in the cart these days, to be honest. Like you buy the cart and then the bag inserts into the cart. So pretty intense. We've been playing for ever, man. I think the first time you brought me out there, I was like 12.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I suck balls, but it was tight.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Yeah, right. I was going to avoid this, but you notice how Al is real cocky about how he beat me in 2K, and that's because for like 2 straight decades, I've just had a stranglehold on any sports game we've played. And
what? Okay, with how much dead time in 2 decades?
Doesn't matter.
We weren't playing.
Doesn't matter, dude. I would have whooped your ass any day of the week. And now you actually play some 2K and I don't. So you beat me in like 2 games and I beat you in the 3rd. And you're like, I'm better than Luca. So one of the most, how many summers ago was that where you were like, let's bet some money on it? And I was
2.
like, okay, buddy. I would beat you, and you're like, your pride hurt a little brother because I'm the little brother. So we went out again. You're like, double or nothing, let's do it. And I was like, oh, okay, man. And then I took your money again. You're like, well, I still want to play, but I don't think we should gamble this time.
I got no shame there. I understand. I knew I was losing my money.
Yeah, I would say it's not nearly as crunchy as it used to be. I don't see any dudes wearing Metallica shirts, crushing beers, listening to their music too loud anymore, dude. I see like none.
That's kind of sad, actually.
I mean, they kind of sucked, but yeah, it is kind of part of like it was part of its core essence or aesthetic of disc golf was like old metal dudes, like Gen X metal dudes. And
But how old were those dudes when we saw them when we were kids? Though they had to be like 40, right?
I'd say yeah, they're like 50s now, so maybe like late 30s to 40s. But yeah, love me some disc golf. And you played BRP, which is hilarious to me because you haven't played all year, and you're like, I'm gonna go to the fanciest, most elaborate course, and then it's right after a tournament. Were there pin locations normal? Do you know that? Because if it was a tournament,
yeah,
extended pin locations, and that would me, dude.
They had so BRP's always switching it up, dude. They always have a different they're always moving their baskets around, so it's always gonna be fresh. So every time you go out, they're gonna be a little different.
Blue ribbon,
but
for the uninitiated, yeah,
indeed. I think they were regular. We were playing the A baskets, so regular baskets. But Doug, there was 3 extra holes. There's 30 fucking holes. Dude, that's so many. Dude, I thought I was signing up for I forgot the BRP is usually 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah, I actually always
it's too many. It's it's some weird disc golf thing that happened beyond when I stopped paying attention to I play this sport, but anyway, the point is apparently that's the tournament number. It's a tournament number, 27.
Yeah.
So it is one of the best courses in the nation. It gets rated right up there. They had 3 extra holes, so 30, dude. By hole 21, my arm was like, you can just fuck off and die. Why are you even doing this?
Yeah, but you can hang out. I love BRP. You can hang out at the shack, dude. Get some whiskey gingers, do some hot dogs, some snacks.
Dude, they had some brats. We definitely down a sausage, dude, for sure.
That one lady working there that's always there being rowdy.
You know she was.
I don't know her name. The locals and the regulars will know, dude. She's a clown. And
Dog, she
kind of abrasive, but if you're there long enough and you're
nice.
interacting with the locals, you're like, this lady's hilarious. It's like your favorite towny bar in the middle of a disc golf course. It's fucking
That's 100% what it is.
It's fucking
for sure. Because the way that the course is set up, you pass the shack or whatever, and then you come back to it around hole 26 or whatever. I don't know.
Bit of an axis, yeah.
Yeah, but when we were coming back, we didn't get another. We didn't stop at the second time because that's usually the end of it or whatever. But we had 3 extra holes we had to play. But she was
in life. You're like, I don't need more.
Dude, honestly,
home.
dude, for real. And but it was super funny though because they've been coming off this stretch of all these tournaments, and she's loud, so she's talking to some of her friends that are there, but kind of talking to all of us. And she sits down in the chair and she's like, oh, fuck it, hey, finally sit down and relax. She's busts out a cigarette and has this smokes a cig. She's just talking about how they've been grinding. A whole bunch of people playing disc golf, dude. That tourney time.
I think Minnesota has the most disc golf courses per capita in the world. I could be wrong on that.
It used to for sure. I don't know if it does anymore, but
yeah. So it's no longer niche to us. Big shout. Let's get a following in Norway, dude, in Sweden, so we can go play disc golf there. That would be cool.
They got it going on in Sweden.
Dude, a lot of the plastic disc companies are based out of Sweden, I believe, and then Norway's got a big scene too.
Interesting.
So, I know those two Nordic countries play a lot of disc golf, and I love it, man. I've been out 1.5-ish times this year, and I was actually good last time I was out there for the most part. My arm was falling apart by hole 12 to 16, so I don't even know. I don't know how you got to 30, dude. I was so fucking. It was a really hot day too.
Dude, we woke up early, dude. We teed off at 9, which means yeah. I mean, it was great with the heat and everything, but it's funny is my boy AC and my boy KP. But the thing is both of those dudes I was if one of them at 18 holes was we should just go I would have been like, okay. But like, I wasn't going to be that guy. I wasn't going to be that guy that was like, we should go. But like, if they were like it, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Like, fuck this shit. It's getting hot. My arm hurts.
Yeah.
But we played all 30, which is basically like 2 rounds. Like, that's nuts. Man. What do you think the record is at BRP for rounds in a day? 3? You think someone got out there, played 3, basically 90 holes of disc golf?
Yeah.
The place open 24 hours. We could go right now, bro. We could go right now.
Really? I know they've done
Yeah.
I'm surprised back in your little rave days, you never went to their little electronic. They'll like put lights in the baskets, and they have like a big stage. They do like concerts and stuff there. So
yeah, they got a scene going. It's fun.
We should have.
But I never made it out. No.
Oh, dang, dude. Well, talked about.
But I got the itch, man. I've only been out my first time out this summer. I love my boy. You love your boys, but here's the deal: they do hold us back from getting in more disc golf. We just gotta figure it out because men are out there, ladies, fellas, whatever.
Dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. People out there golfing. People out there hunting. We should be able to disc golf whenever we want, right?
I mean, give me another year, and they might be less feral, and they can at least walk around while I play.
Dude, I'm down for that, dude. I think that's that'll be it. Like once they're like 5, 6,
eventually, yeah.
Disc golf though, dude. I got the itch again. I was looking at new because I still play with that ridiculous small bag that I've had forever. So I was like poking around. Like
you didn't play with that,
dude. I gotta get a new bag. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's
kind of fun.
Essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you think Alex should meet up with me and give me $10 to beat him again and give him lessons, you just let us know in the Discord.
What, this is inflation, dude? We play for 5 bones around here.
Yeah. Well, we used to play for beers, and then you always had to buy the beers, so we'll have to find a new version of that.
Fair. Right on. But disc golf, froth, if you will.
Don't do that. Tyler was rock hard, and now he just lost his boner. You can't call it froth, dude.
Yeah, that's why I said it, because it bugs people, but that was originally what people called it.
You're old enough. You've been playing long enough where it was introduced to you as froth.
I'm an old head now.
Yeah, just gotta get you your Metallica shirt, dude. You're fucking right.
I was about to say, man, I was about to say, I have to go to a concert. That's the only way.
Yeah, go to Metallica, and then you got.
I see Metallica live. It's all good.
You have?
I worked the concert though.
That's right. Hilarious. But yes, disc golf. Get out there, people. Follow course.
Get out there and throw.
Get out there.
Gotta go throw.
Gotta go throw.
You been side questing, bro?
Yeah. Brotato. Yeah. It's officially a problem. So the issues I had with Diablo is that because of the online connectivity, I can't just pick it up and play it and then stop and then look at something else and then do so I ended up just playing so much Brotato because, dude, it's the perfect flow state game. I'm like 40 hours into Brotato. It's gross. I bought the expansion during the last sale because, like, hell yeah, it's dirt cheap. It's worth it. Got some new characters. Fucking love Brotato, dude. So Brotato's one. I bought this new one that's more interesting for you to hear about other than me as a weaponized potato taking down hordes of whatever the fuck they're supposed. He doesn't even look like a potato. He looks like an egg. What's up with that? What's up with that Brotato?
Yeah, I know. I played some Brotato. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, what is that all about?
Why did they make the Brotato white? Make him brownish. Like, we all know what a potato looks like. What's going on there? But anyway.
I don't know. Broeglo doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah. But Brotato looks cool, dude. Looking at the cover art right now, he's got the double SMGs, dude, with the bandana and the scar over his eyes. Looking fucking lit, dude. But anyway,
you're like, can I play right now?
Joke's on you, dude. I've been playing Brotato this whole time.
You got more hours on Brotato than you do Diablo, son.
Correct. But also, like, kind of makes sense, dude. It's just so easy to just do something else, watch something else, and play Brotato. Sure. Although right now, for some reason, it says that I have 108 hours. That is not correct. So I don't know what's up with that. I got to hit the sync one more time, I guess. But I think it's close to
40 hours.
40
hours if I look at your profile. Yeah.
Okay. Cardboard Town. Now, another game you have heard me speak about upon this podcast is... God, these all have these crunchy names. I always forget what they're called.
Terrascape?
Dude, thank you. Terrascape. You've heard me talk a lot about Terrascape, which is like this hex grid kind of tile card based builder essentially, and you get all these synergies and these things. Cardboard Town is kind of close to that. Once again, it is card based, and you're now on like just a traditional grid, and you have different things to manage. It's a roguelike more so. You run into these scenarios. About 5 hours in, I get my ass beat every time, but it's got like this cute little cartoony style. I've been playing that. That's super cool. I just wanted to give that one a quick shout out, and then spent more time fumbling for the names of other games. And then NCAA came back, and I don't have a full report for you yet, but the sickness is back, and you know what? That'll happen. And the last thing I'll mention is that
Dukes,
Coach
2026.
Dukes, dude. I want you to know that Dukes is my name of my Diablo character, and we didn't get to meet up online as our new characters, but we both made our new characters female, and my character's name is Lady Dukes, and that makes me laugh every time. It's just
Nice.
why wouldn't I?
Mine is Sabrina because she's a sorceress.
Oh,
So
okay.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay. It's like the fuck.
I was like, what witch names do I know?
Sure. I have HBO courtesy of my brother, which is
Me.
tight. And I've stumbled upon something I've probably talked about on this pod, but I fucking love it, and it needs a shout out. I don't give a fuck about the MCU. I don't give a fuck about the new Superman movie coming out. You know superhero content
dope.
I'm here for? It's fucking DC has an absolute heater of an animated movie catalog, dude.
Yep.
So Batman Ninja 2 dropped. Ooh, Batman versus the Yakuza League, dude. The Yakuza League is tight. I watched like another one. They just drop Batman into different periods. They just do different period pieces of Batman, and I will watch everyone, dude. It's so tight. Like, I love that they do that with Batman as a character, because like a lot of these characters a lot of times just get reinvented constantly, which as a kid I didn't quite understand, but I do now. Because it's a character, right?
Sure.
It's something that can be reinvented, and it's just the story gets told and it's just a new context. So DC just does an awesome job in their adult animation section on HBO Max. They don't have all of them that they used to. They seem to cycle a few, which is pretty annoying, but I've been getting into those. So you should look into your own HBO and just see what you've been watching recently, Alex, and some good suggestions in there for you, dude.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. All that softcore, but I don't know.
I heard that
but
the Harley Quinn series is supposed to be fantastic as well.
Is that Birds of Prey?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or wait, is that the movie? Or is that the I don't know. Harley Quinn got an animated series that's supposed to be amazing as well.
Heard it's awesome.
DC animated stuff is like great.
Yeah, what's up with Marvel dropping the ball completely, and with DC doing so bad with their live actions for so long, but then just absolute heaters, just churning out heaters in the animated space. I also watched the War of Rohirrim, the Lord of the Rings one. That was cool. I liked that.
Nice.
So that's what kicked all this off. I was like, hell yeah. So I don't watch any TV or movies, but that's what I apparently got time for. I don't know. I'm a strange guy.
Where are you getting these in on? Are you watching like just on your main TV? You watch on your computer?
Yeah.
You watching on the Steamy D?
I'll play like either the Steamy D downstairs or NCAA football. And then I'll burn out around 9 o'clock and I'll watch like a half an hour to 45 minutes and then do the same thing the next day and finish it.
Right on.
Because none of them drag too long. I tried watching a Justice League one, but there's like a bunch of time hopping with the Flash, and I was like, this is annoying as hell. So maybe I'll pick that one back up. A bunch of them I've seen already because I go on these spurts occasionally. I'm currently watching one that's like this creepy ass thing where like the French made it in like the 70s to early 80s. And it's like humans are like basically bugs / small animals to these aliens. And I'll let you know how that goes, but it's fucking weird as hell. Cool.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, so what are you playing, man? That was a weird tangent for me. What's up?
Dude, as far as video games go, like I haven't really played much outside of Diablo. Just a little bit of sampling here and there. Freedom Finger, which is a shmup that I like. Been playing a little bit of that because one of the homies was talking about some shmups, and I was like, Freedom Finger, I can play that. Have you picked that one on me yet?
Never.
I should have bought it for you.
Never heard of a Freedom Finger.
Oh, you should check it out, dude. It's your flying middle finger in space. Yeah, the soundtrack's amazing, dude. It's nuts. It's cool. I'll show it to you sometime. Maybe I'll buy it for you one of these days. It was just on a pretty deep discount. But if anybody's a shmup fan, like go check out Freedom Finger. That shit's dope. But as far as like other gaming outside of Diablo, dude, well, I guess it's kind of a major side quest. I've been doing more short form content on the Low 5 Gaming page. Whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, you can check that shit out. But I've launched a series of series. So I've got Pocket Picks. Pocket Picks is basically me showcasing my handheld collection, Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear. I will likely expand that into the 3DS at some point, maybe even the Vita, basically any handheld device. In theory, I could maybe even do the Switch. We'll see. We'll see how froggy I am. But it's been fun, dude. Mostly been focusing on like the Game Boy and the Game Gear games right now. And it's like a really great excuse for me to basically play those games a little bit.
Collection of fucking Game
And
Boy
just to
games.
justify the collection a little bit, dude. You know, I've got hundreds of Game Boy games, so it's like it's tight to kind of dig through the boxes. Like I've got them all in little Star Wars lunch boxes. But I'll just dig in there. I'll pull out one at random, and then I'll talk about it a little bit or whatever. That's the Pocket Pick series.
I do enjoy that.
And that's been cool, man. Those have been super cool. I've also been doing a something I'm calling Bite Line, which is a weekly 5-story roundup of different gaming news. It's a different flavor, different thing going on. And then the third is something I'm calling Start Screen. And that is basically exactly what it sounds like. And it's just the start screen of various, right now, retro games. So I've done 1080 snowboarding, and so 64 games right now, 1080 and Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I saw. Well, I've seen both of them. But I do have a suggestion, which is going to bother just me. I want you to rotate your amiibos on those.
It's planned, dude.
All right. I was like staring at the amiibos for half the video, and I was like, he has more amiibos than he needs. He should be rotating these memes. If the game lines up with it, that's perfect.
That's part of the plan for sure.
That's hilarious.
But it's been fun, man. It's like, I don't want to say it's been like, I mean, it's crazy. It's fascinating to me because I'm in marketing and I do a lot of social media marketing. So like, to see how all the different platforms react to the different audiences in each, it's been really fascinating and cool. And people have been really receptive to them, which is like fun too. For anybody out there listening that is like dabbling in content creation or like just wants to for fun, like it can be totally like, it's like, it's really easy to have a lot of apprehension about putting yourself out there creating stuff. But it turns out that a lot of people are going to like your shit. You know,
I enjoy watching your videos while I take a shit.
Hey man, I appreciate that. I appreciate those poopy views.
Hey, you got poopy likes from me every time, dude.
I can dig it, dude. But that's been a major side quest. So I mean, like every single day, I've been trying to get like stuff out every day. Not going to today, but that's just how it goes. But yeah. So basically, I've done nearly 20 videos in the last 2 weeks, or through 2 to 2.5 weeks, or whatever. And that's been like mostly just dabbling a little bit in each of those different games. So all these little mini side quests along the way. It's been fun.
Hell yeah! Brighten up your poop, dudes. Your morning coffees whenever you get your short form content in.
Yes, sir.
I like
them. Yes, sir.
And don't
and yeah,
sue Alex Nintendo. I don't know if you can legally, but you'll find a way. So don't do it.
I think I'm in the means of Creative Commons. I think we're okay. And I'm showcasing actual carts, which is like kind of a fun bit of it. I think that makes it like kind of fun because you can. I mean, I'm nothing against emulation, ROMs, that kind of thing, but I think it's cool to be able to be like, hey, what you're seeing right here is like, it's off of this fucking physical piece of media.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of dope.
No, they're cool.
Well, shit, everybody. Thanks for listening. Join us in the Discord. Cool little spot. We will drop little notes, or at least I'll drop little notes on whatever game that we're playing for the month. Next game is going to be Plucky Squire. I started that the other night. It's fun. I don't know if you'd had a chance yet, dude, but it's a cool one. But more on that one next month. Thanks for listening. Check us out, low5gaming.com. If you are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, follow Low5 Gaming. Give me some love on my hard work, on my series I.
Like them. They're good.
All right, bro. Much love. Peace.